You ever have that feeling, you know the one, that feeling that you've outgrown the very identity you worked so hard to build? The job title, the 5-year plan, the version of yourself that once fit just right? Well, you're not alone. And that feeling, it isn't a dead end, it's actually a doorway. So let's start with this right here, this fundamental truth. Outgrowing your old path isn't failure, it's proof you're still becoming. And look, this doesn't mean you were wrong before. All it means is that you're brave enough to be honest about who you are right now. So why is making that change so incredibly hard? Well, a huge part of it is this outgrown identity we tend to cling to. Let's dig into the real reasons so many of us stay stuck on paths that, honestly, just aren't growing us anymore. You know the story we tell ourselves, right? The lie. We say, oh, I'm stuck because I don't have the right talent or I just don't have the vision. But the truth, it's way more human than that. We stay stuck because we're afraid of what other people will think. We hold on to old goals not because they're right for us, but because they're familiar to everyone else. Think of it this way. Your old path, it served its purpose. It absolutely taught you, it tested you, and it changed you. But the second a path stops challenging you, it also stops growing you. See, the real failure isn't changing your mind. It's staying put on a road that's gone completely flat. Okay, so this brings us to this huge idea, this myth, that keeps so many of us stuck. It's the belief that a successful career has to be this perfectly straight line. Let's just go ahead and debunk that right now. We all grew up with this image, didn't we? The ladder of success. You go to school, get a job, get a promotion, repeat. You just climb one rung after another in this nice, predictable way. But let's be real. How many of us have found that life actually looks anything like this? This model, it's not just outdated. It doesn't leave any room for us to evolve as people. So it's time to forget the ladder. Your career, your life, it's not a climb. It's a series of learning loops. You're constantly learning and unlearning and reimagining what's possible. The most successful people I know aren't loyal to a specific path. They are fiercely loyal to their own growth. And we see proof of this everywhere. The engineer who uses their systems thinking brain to become this amazing founder. The teacher whose talent for connecting with people makes them a world-class coach. Or the manager whose empathy allows them to become a powerful creator. Every single one of those pivots probably felt like a huge risk, right before it felt right. But I can hear you thinking, what about all the time, all the effort I've already put in? This is where we need a really powerful reframe. See, a pivot isn't about starting over from scratch. It's about starting from experience. Let me say that again, because it's important. You are not starting over. Just let that sink in for a second. You are starting from a place of rich, hard-won experience. A pivot doesn't throw away your past. It actually honors it by using every single thing it gave you. I mean, just think about it. The skills you've mastered, the relationships you've built, the lessons you've learned from the wins, and maybe even more so from the failures, they don't just vanish. They're what we call compounding assets. They are the fuel for your next chapter, even if that chapter is a completely different story. Okay, so how do you know when it's really time? This isn't about just chasing the next shiny object. It's about finding this deep internal alignment. And to get there, you've got to ask yourself a few really honest questions. First one is this. Ask yourself right now, does this still excite me or does it just feel familiar? There is a world of difference between genuine passion and just predictability. Next up, let's go a little deeper. Are you staying because it's truly the right fit for the person you're becoming? Or are you staying because it's just comfortable and leaving feels scary? And finally, here's the most powerful question of all. If you could just tune out all the noise, the opinions of your colleagues, your family, your entire industry, what would you do? Would you make a change? You see, when the answer is clear to you, all that external noise starts to fade away. Because here's the ultimate truth. We spend so much time waiting for a sign or for a mentor's approval or for the perfect market conditions, but permission to pivot will never ever come from the outside. It is an internal decision. It comes from you. And when you give yourself that permission, something incredible happens. It creates a ripple effect. When you enable your own evolution, it extends far beyond just yourself. In today's world where change is literally the only constant, trying to cling to a rigid 5-year plan is probably the riskiest thing you can do.
Adaptability. That's the new security. Being able to pivot with purpose isn't just a career advantage anymore, it's a core survival skill. And when you model that kind of adaptability, you give other people permission to evolve too. And that brings us to the real measure of growth, which is captured perfectly in this idea: growth isn't just about how far you go, it's about how many you take with you. Your evolution enables the evolution of others. Your courage can become their courage. See, growth isn't just about your own progress. It's about empowering the progress of everyone around you. So, I'll just leave you with this one thought. Who are you enabling today?